you're most probably aware that you're carrying some sort of trauma, and you might have already also gone through a huge journey of healing. You might have also found yourself through your journey of healing that you are going into perpetual cycles where you are healing and healing and healing and healing and healing more and more and more, and not finding the peace, the love, and the focus, the purpose that you are actually asking for and that you're actually wanting to receive. Today I want to talk to you about the core trauma that we all share as human beings. You and I, we are sharing this universal trauma, and it's really important for us to actually address this in order for us to heal in a very sustainable way all of the other traumatic experiences that we've had in this lifetime and in parallel lifetimes. Addressing this core trauma supports us in really accelerating our journey of healing and embodying our greatest potential, and in quantum leaping into our highest timeline, which for me personally always means feeling at peace of where I am right here, right now. Hi there, my name is Nayeli Dalisay. I'm a certified Sophia Circle leader, spiritual mentor, and facilitator of sacred space. So what trauma am I talking about today? Feel free to make a mental note for yourself of what you believe this trauma might be, and then make another mental note or write it down of what you received after and what you learned, especially after you receive what I'm sharing with you today. So the one core trauma that we all experience as human beings is that we believe, and we choose to believe, that we are separate from God, and the divine, sovereign creator, creatrix of all life has actually failed us in many ways, that we actually resent the divine, that we resent having a connection with God, Sophia God, however you want to call that consciousness, it's welcome, because all names are part of the vastness of all that is. So our divine inheritance is divine. It's beautiful, it's stunning, it's radiant. We are the daughters and sons, we are the creations of the Most High. And as we choose to come through the portal and enter the physical realm of existence, we forget a lot of things, right? We forget that we are connected to the divine. We forget how sovereign we are. We forget that we created all of this, we chose all of this, and that every moment of our lives we are actually walking with the presence of the divine and our own higher selves. We just simply forget. And depending on where you live and at what time you were incarnated, you forget more or less. However, most of the times when we incarnate into the physical form, we forget aspects of our true sovereign divinity. Editing the video, and there was one piece that I really wished I had put it into better words. The trauma that we are experiencing at the core of our human existence is that we forgot that we are the sovereign creators and creatrixes of our own lives. And there's a lot of resentment there as well, of like, why would we choose to create what we created and experienced in our lifetimes? The truth is that we are made in the image and likeness of Sophia God, and we get to reconcile that connection with God, that really, really intimate connection with God. It's not something outside of us, because we are a fractal of God. And that's what we need to understand on a deeper level. Enjoy the rest of the video. This is actually the core trauma of our shared experience as human beings, right? Because we choose to believe, and we are programmed to believe, to be something that we are actually not. And this creates a massive weird energy within our individual lives, and look at the collective. I personally actually never believed in anything metaphysical. I never believed in God. I would say now, looking back, that I actually played the societal game really, really well for the vast majority of my life, up until the pain and the suffering of my inner child were just like so excruciating, and I was not able to look away anymore. My mother passed when I was 12, and she was battling with cancer for 6 years. That was like my biggest catalyst. That was like my awakening in my mid-teens, when I started actually really diving into like my healing journey and wanting to heal that excruciating pain that had built up over years and years and years of my early life. So as I started to heal and open myself up to that pain, I was still at a phase where I did not believe in God. I was just like going through my own exploration of my own emotional body. Eventually, I was finding myself that I was perpetuating myself in the cycle of healing, and healing was which was creating even more trauma. And from there, I was not feeling at peace. I was not feeling the love anymore. I was not feeling grounded at all anymore. And my prayer in my day-to-day life nowadays is to feel at peace and to feel connected. And it's obviously a journey of mastery, and it's a journey of walking the way one sacred step at a time. And what really shifted for me was that I created a unique relationship with the divine, and I started reconciling with my own sovereignty. It's still a journey, obviously, but that's like the integrated part of me that really guides me and moves me throughout my day. So when we can understand that we can open ourselves up more and more into this connection of the divine, then we can feel more at peace when there's challenges unfolding in our lives, because there's always going to be a new challenge. There's always going to be a new aspect of our consciousness that wants to be healed, that wants to be loved, that wants to be integrated into the infinity of ourselves, because we're infinite. And there's always parts of our consciousness that are exploring themselves in believing that they were separate from the divine, and they want to come back in. Maybe there's a part of you, I know it from myself, that I have had the narrative for a very long time that if there is a God, why would all of these atrocities happen that are happening within my own life and within the collective, right? Why would there be so much war consciousness on this planet if God existed? And if that's something that is coming up for you right now, then I want to invite you to reflect upon the situations and the experiences that you've had in your life right now that have been the most painful, the most challenging experiences that you've ever had. And now I want to invite you to reflect upon those experiences. Ask yourself what the gift was from those experiences, because those experiences most probably catapulted you to a new, more embodied version of yourself, where you were able to feel more love, to experience more gratitude. Suffering for a very long time right now has supported us in moving through the portals of exploring our own sovereign divinity. We chose to suffer in order for us to quantum leap and expand in a very accelerated way as a soul. For me, I would tell everyone a couple of years ago that my mother's early passing was my greatest blessing and my greatest challenge. And I'm really grateful for having had that opportunity for me to be able to quantum leap into new realities and new embodiments of my higher self. And that does not mean that I'm diminishing the pain and the suffering that happened when my mother passed at a very early age, and that she was really sick for a very long time, by any means. It's just I'm acknowledging that this has actually catapulted me to where I am today, and every challenge in my life has opened up a new temple door for me to anchor deeper into my connection, my very unique connection with the divine. That's actually the journey that we're on right now, right? We are integrating our divinity one sacred step at a time, reconciling with that core trauma. So you might ask how to integrate this into your own daily life. I invite you to ask yourself if there is a challenging experience, a challenging feeling that is coming up. Ask yourself, why am I creating this? Consciously connect with your higher self, with the divine. Ask to be shown. If you're new to how to connect with your higher self, how to connect with the divine and all of those things, then I'll do another and separate video for that. Be open, be willing to receive the baptismal blessings of your own higher self, and be willing to see beyond the veils of your trauma. Be willing to receive the love that you have for yourself beyond your understanding, and be willing to integrate and love that part of you that is feeling challenged, that is feeling neglected, that is feeling lost in this world or lonely in this world. It's all part of this journey as well. You feel that you're not connected anymore. You feel that you're overwhelmed with the daily life because there's a lot happening, right? Then pause, breathe, and reconnect. And remember that you have never been separated from the divine. Believe that to be so. One sacred step at a time, you will actually experience that in your daily life. When I first heard that I am the sovereign creator of my life, I knew it in my heart, but I didn't know what it meant. But I still knew that it was the truth of myself. And through the years of dedication, I've gained a greater knowledge of what that actually means in an integrated way. So beautiful one, know that you're loved, know that you're blessed, and know that you are exactly where you need to be, and that you are creating this for your greatest empowerment and unfolding and embodiment. Feel free to leave a comment down below of what your biggest breakthroughs, your biggest takeaways were. Thank you for subscribing, and I'm looking forward to see you next time, where we're diving into more teachings about resurrecting and reestablishing a relationship with your own inner master. I'm sending you many blessings. Namaste.